Hey, everybody. It is time for your Browns Friday Fumble.
Oh, Lord.
Don't try to pick it up and run. My name is Dave.
I am Dylan.
We are here to talk Browns football after what I would call another disappointing loss.
It was exhausting. Disappointing and exhausting.
We had the calm, cool comfort of a blowout loss last week.
Just could sort of zone out and sort of sink into the couch.
You kind of thought to yourself during the first half of this contest with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that you were going to have the same thing. You were going to go maybe work on the lawn. I mean, the leaves haven't fallen yet, but they're going to be getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need to get some lawn time in. But no, the Browns decided to claw their way back into this
right out of the gate,
only to make famous a kicker who was about to get fired.
So Dave, what's your retelling?
Well, you see, based on the fact that I like to have some fall fun,
of course,
headed with the family over to Mapleside.
Ooh,
before billions of people got there. Keep
Yes,
in mind
perfect
Sunday
timing.
morning, bit chilly.
Yes.
I got myself a 14-month-old. She does not like to wear gloves.
That
Was really a glove-type day.
That could be a devastating issue later.
So she had some cold hands.
Mm-hmm.
She refused to put them in her sleeves.
Ugh.
She refused to put the gloves on. And she also kind of just held her hand outside of the stroller the whole
Yeah,
time,
of
like
course.
out in the wind.
And
And
get the full fall feeling.
So while I did obtain a caramel apple with nuts
Of course.
and a jug of cider,
Yes.
which I never offered you when you came over today,
Half gal or full gal?
half gal.
Yeah, you never go full gal.
I'm a half gal gal.
You'll be dumping half. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much.
It'll be smelling a bit funky, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, one meltdown later, we were headed back home, which did allow me to get home on time
Boom.
to give the baby some lunch,
Which-
have her take a nap.
Which begs the question, did Dave convince the baby not to wear gloves?
You know, if I had that kind of power over this baby, I would...
A lot of things would be different.
Yeah, I wouldn't care about football. I would just be enjoying my life of being able to control a toddler. So
that
how
is
about-
a superpower.
How about you, Dylan? What'd you do for the game?
You know, something incredibly similar to you, actually. The family packed into the family mobile, and we took that family mobile over to the old pumpkin patch, where we had planned on purchasing and bringing home some pumpkins.
Now, those are get a little pricey once you get to the fancy premium pumps.
Well, premium pumps is the only way the Price family proceeds this
Perfect.
time of year. So after some ham-fisted negotiating with the pumpkin salesman, due to the current pumpkin shortage, I don't know if you're
There
aware
is a
of
pumpkin
this.
shortage?
There is a pumpkin shortage due to the pumpkins are cold weather harvest, and
So they were a little too warm.
a little too warm the August and September leading up to this.
You know what?
pumpkin
It's
patch
times like
season.
these that you really feel for insufferable superfan Pumpkinhead. As gourd prices go through the roof,
My goodness, can you
it's got to be
imagine?
tough to wear football pants
Can you
and
imagine? Is
an
he
expensive.
expensing all of this?
I don't. Yeah, is he? Is he?
Is he his own LLC?
Yeah, we need to find that out because, ladies and gents, I don't want to offend anybody. You should never wear football pants unless you're a football player. Okay. So sorry, you got some pumpkins.
We did not.
None?
Got some decorative gourds.
Okay.
Got home.
No carving for you.
By this time, I'm already exhausted from the ham-fisted negotiating, as I previously had mentioned. So by halftime, I'm just ready to tie one on and be done with it. But then that brilliant pass over three defensemen into the waiting, warm, previously uncaught hands of the Chief.
Yeah,
And
and the
all of a
Chief
sudden-
slam, you get the
all of a
Chiefs-
sudden, I'm back in it.
We're back
and
in
I'm
it,
standing
yeah.
up, and my blood is pumping, and Yep.
It was so much simpler when it was just getting beat.
Yeah.
Now we're just in it all the time. You know what? It's
and as my Texas friends would point out, that we are now once again members of the National Football League.
That is true. I will agree with you there, and let us all celebrate that.
Time to jump into the old Browns news bag, Dave.
From our favorite Cleveland news source. But in this case, you're not going to find it because the official Cleveland Browns website, www.clevelandbrowns.com.
This is the scoop of the day.
They're not going to be able to cover this. We know that. We all know. Everyone knows. To quote the kids in the hall, dogs know it. Hugh Jackson is not long the coach of this football team.
Yeah.
Whether it happens tomorrow or happens after the last game or whenever, we all know that this is Hugh's last hurrah here in Cleveland.
Now, in the vein of some sage wisdom that I received in my freshman dorm room from Larry, who was not enrolled at that college, before you quit your job, you better have another one lined up, bucko.
Yep, exactly. And so we're putting the feelers out.
Yep.
We're deciding. So, rather than start a campaign to get Hugh fired, we know that work is done.
It's already.
So what we've done, if you recall, the last time the Browns hired a coach, they hired a firm by the name of Corn Ferry. Well, Dylan and I are going to be our own, I'm going to say, wheat boat. Different vegetable, different type of boat.
Wheat boat,
So
LLC.
Wheat Boat, LLC, we are going to find a coach for the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
So we've put a list together. We're going to see what you guys think. And maybe we'll put a little poll up on Twitter.
Feel free to tweet.
And we'll do kind of a runoff. We'll do a bracket style, and we'll pick the next Browns coach. So my first suggestion.
Yes, please.
Why overthink it? Let's pull a Gruden. Just rehire Paul Brown. He's the namesake of the team. I know he went to Cincinnati for a while, but I'd take him back in a heartbeat.
Gosh, yeah. Winning coach. In sort of along those same lines, has anybody contacted Belichick, for Christ's sake?
Make the guy an offer.
God, that's right over the plate.
Yeah. Jim Saban, Nick's cousin. I assume he's also from Northeast Ohio. Don't know how far spread out that family is. But why not?
In sort of along that same line, Stella Shanahan. This would be Kyle Shanahan's daughter. And she's just a brilliant offensive strategist for all that I've heard.
Yeah, she's advanced.
This is third generation Shanahan's.
Now, I'm going to go a little bit innovative on my next one. Okay. They say that head coach in the NFL is not necessarily a football job, but it's an executive job. So I'm going to say we go out on a limb and we hire William C. Rhodes III, the CEO of AutoZone.
Oh.
The guy knows how to bring a supply chain, logistics to realistic ends. You want a positive return in the first quarter, something Hugh Jackson has been unable to deliver, is any sort of positive movement in the first quarter. Well, guess what? William C. Rhodes III has got AutoZone doing that. There's no reason he can't be doing that for the Cleveland Browns.
That's true. Satisfied investments. How about newly single Pete Davidson?
He's got time.
What's he doing?
You are correct. I know that Tony D'Amato left the Miami Sharks and went to an expansion team. I don't really know how it worked out with him at that team, but I think you might be able to peel him away. I mean, he's got a lot of experience in not the NFL, but in the other league that they were in, because in that universe they coexisted with the Miami Dolphins. So it's another league, but I'm sure that the NFL is the more premier league he would come over.
Yeah. Well, if not Tony, could we at least get Nick Crozier as his offensive coordinator?
Yeah, he was up and coming and going to take over the Sharks job, so he's got head coaching experience as well. So all you're going to really need to do is convince him that you're tired of working with Cameron Diaz and her drunk mom, and move on. Let's go to Cleveland.
Yeah, come to Cleveland. We're building something here.
Here's a shot in the dark. Tyronn Lue. He won a championship.
Yeah, guy's got ring.
Yeah.
How about now? This one is kind of my ace in the hole here.
Yeah.
2002 leading rusher of un-Ohio State Buckeyes, Maurice Clarett.
Oh, that's a good one. Maybe we talk to Usher. See what he's doing. You want to coach football, Usher? And he'll go, yeah.
Male archetype, John Hamm.
Handsome bastard.
God, that chin.
Yeah. And you know what? Tywin Lannister, I'm going to say it. You're going to have to break a few molds. You're going to have to break a few rules. The guy's got strategy in the head. Strategy in the head. All right, guys, time for everybody's favorite segment where we get a little sunshine in your life.
Cannot wait.
It is Devon Cajuste with this week's Cajuste Kindness Corner.
And we're back here again with the Browns' Friday Fumble, and this is Devon Cajuste with this week's Cajuste Kindness Corner. Now, I know it seems really rough when the refs are out to get you. I know it's hard to hold your composure, and it feels like they're only pointing out flags or holding penalties or whatever else, only that you're doing. When the opposing team's doing something, just there's no call. The best thing that I could tell you to do is don't react. Just move on to the next play. I know that seems very hard. However, you only feed them by getting more angry at them. It's only anger being magnified by more anger. So if they see you react to them, boom, they think you're immature. They're going to think whatever they want to and be like, oh, that ticks you off? Cool. I'm going to call another one. And then it just perpetually rides down this just horrible hill into the ground. So the biggest thing I can tell you guys, again, let it go. Bad calls happen. They could be pissed off for whatever thing's going on. Take it out on you. You can't change it. Getting mad doesn't change anything. So, hey, sorry for the long rant. But just let those things go. And, back to my favorite two, Dave and Dylan. Have a good night.
It's nice to know that we are his favorite too.
Oh, my gosh.
And this is not a joke in any way. I really like that he called us his favorite too.
My God.
I love this guy.
Defining
I love you,
in
Devon.
my life.
In a perfectly reasonable way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dave.
Yes.
We have a real get coming up here in a second.
Guess what, guys? We pulled some strings. I talked to several people. One person. I asked Jake Burns to be on the show. We got him into some trouble over at the Orange and Brown Report. I don't even know if they know about it yet, but didn't really mention it to him yet, and we're probably not going to.
Yeah,
but
so if you guys can just not tweet at him, especially you, at Derek.
Yeah, at Derek. Don't tweet at him about it. So let's get right down to it. Credentialed member of the media. Mm-hmm. He's zooming up the media charts, if there were charts for that. He's a personal friend of the Cleveland Browns, Jake Burns. Hey, Jake, how's it going?
Hey, it's good. I am actually just sort of laminating my credentials now as we speak. It's funny you brought that up. I'm happy to be here. I couldn't have found more perfect place to land to discuss some Browns football. I'm a big fan. So
this is kind of
you're really blowing up our egos here, but please continue.
And we know that we're kind of the upper echelon in this town. Mm-hmm. I mean, we kind of, we're made men in this town. And anyway, so we're happy to have you. Just for your reference here, we have been specifically forbidden by Mr. Craig to go over X's and O's on the show. So here we do Q's and T's. They're
much easier.
They're very similar letters if you use the lowercase t. Anyway, you're famous on Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, breaking down the game tape. Where did you learn so much about football?
Well, I did actually. I played it my whole life. I grew up playing it. Ironically enough, I was I was a heavier set younger fella, and I couldn't meet the weight limit requirement to play quarterback when I was young. So I didn't get a chance to play quarterback until 7th grade. I was that, the chubbier kid who grows up wanting to be the quarterback but couldn't actually do it. Then I thinned out a little bit in 6th, 7th grade, and I could actually throw a football, so it helped. Mm-hmm. So I played that all through high school, and I was okay. I'm a 6 foot, very average athletic quarterback, and didn't get offered anywhere that would pay for a ton of my money to go to school. So I went the D3 route. I had the itch to still play, and they helped out a little bit financially. So I played at Muskingum, and sat my freshman year, and then started my sophomore through senior year, and took some lumps in what's a really good football conference, up that way, John Carroll and Mount Union and all those in the OAC.
Yeah,
and
it's tough up
competitors.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. They embarrassed us. I remember the first time we went up to play Mount Union, and I was a freshman. I didn't know Mount Union was all that great, and they had this guy named Pierre Garçon, and I actually just didn't want to play. I just like, this guy's not for someone this size to run that well. I'd rather just kind of hang out here on the sideline. I'm good today. So, it's D3 ball. It's small school football, but it's still really good players that have just one little thing that they're not great at. Maybe they don't throw the ball quite as much zip or throw it as far, or, lineman's not quite the size of some of the bigger kids that play D2, D1. So, but yeah, that's it. I did that. And then I coached when I got out at Muskingum a little bit, and coached some high school ball, and was an offensive coordinator for a little while. And I've just always been connected to football through, different phases of the game.
Wow, man. That's
quarterback.
Super rad.
Yeah, man. I can't.
So did you, the big man on campus, right?
It was a campus of like 2,000 people. So, but we weren't all that great. No, I mean, it was football at the D3 level is not as glamorous as you see on TV. These big schools get all that good stuff, but it was cool. It was neat for me. I mean,
we read you loud and clear there, Jake.
Yeah, buddy.
But you could be honest with us.
Did you get a lot of studying done with all them co-eds hanging on to you?
It was tough. I mean, I only have 2 arms and I'm one man, so you do the best you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, you know what, Jake? Let's get down to the Q's and T's. The Browns, we know you're their friend. We got some film queued up for you to watch, and we want you to break it down.
Yes, Dave. We do have some game tape to dissect, and we know this is an audio podcast, but you guys, Jake is so good at this. He's going to be able to just by listening to it.
He's going to paint you a picture.
Yeah. Just wait, guys. Here we go.
Yeah, I actually have no clue how to do what you guys are asking. I'm looking at a blank screen of Dave throwing a baseball, his picture here, and I can't be a miracle worker on this one. The Q's and the T's. I need.
Guess you're one of those. You're one of them football guys they keep talking about over in Berea. Not one of them Ivy Leaguers that can't fill a roster, huh?
No, yeah, I can't fill the blanks on just hearing. I need some video out here. I don't know if you guys got any.
We don't have that technology really.
Hey, why don't you tell us a little something about the Browns' defensive schemes, though?
Yeah,
that's a talking point.
Yeah, I mean they play a lot of cover 2. They've been one of the best teams in the league creating turnovers. One of the top teams defending the pass. It's been a surprise. They've somehow from last year where they were last in the league in turnover margin, they figured out a way to create turnovers and that's a good thing for them. That's a good thing for the Browns in general. Just 2-4-1 with that many turnovers created isn't great, but they're playing more too high safety stuff instead of the single high Jabril Peppers play down in play out in Lakewood, and we'll see in a little bit concept, which is nice.
I'm pretty sure I understand pretty much all of what you said there.
Yeah, I definitely understood all of that. So I'm just can I call you Jacoby Burnsides? Because
that's fantastic.
You're just an important football man, so I feel like. Anyway, so what about the offensive line? Do you think that they'd be able to, fill that big old hole that Big Joe left, or were you one of those jokers that couldn't see into the future?
Well, they've done a nice job. Desmond Harrison isn't great at run blocking, but they've done a nice job running what I call duo and inside zone, couple schemes that are pretty impressive for the group in total. They've taken, they work a lot of double teams at the point of attack, climb to the linebackers. They had a nice job. 5 of those plays I broke down for the OBR, man. We're covering Nick Chubb's debut and duo and inside zone, as you guys know, common with those teams.
Totally. Yeah, we totally. You do have a bit of an advantage, though, that we don't have, because you get you have the media credential, so you get a copy of the playbook. So, we don't have one of those. So,
yeah, I don't know. The funny thing about that is it's actually not true at all. So,
You're pretty close friends with the Browns, though, so you know the plays. And okay, so here's a play that
we're gonna try to fake it without the video.
Yeah, and you can do.
Okay.
I'll send you the file, and then we'll edit out the part where you downloaded the file and then are viewing it. So you're not pretend. Don't say pretend. I don't know how to edit this, so I can't take any of it out. But you're viewing the file now. This one is up A.
Ready, down, put. Touchdown.
Oh,
so
yeah. Up A.
What do you think?
Yeah, really, really nice. That could work in certain situations. What do you guys think?
You're the real expert here. We brought you in to kind of be the expert.
So,
expert's a loose term. I certainly think that it looks like a hook and ladder. Am I seeing the annexation of Puerto Rico? What is the name of that one?
Up A.
Oh, up A. Is that a euphemism?
So, football savant Jake Burns
Definitely.
with us. So you're a coaching expert. You said you did some coaching. You're a football expert. You've done some coaching. You ever open yourself up to maybe do some more coaching? I know your media gig is pretty good right now. You ever consider getting back into the coaching world?
The game?
Yeah, back to the sidelines.
Yeah, you miss some of those parts of day-to-day coaching, helping guys improve from day to day, and working toward a goal with a team and players, and striving to take a game plan on Monday and turn it into a win on Sunday or Saturday or Friday, whatever level you're coaching. Yeah, I could see that someday maybe.
We got a coaching opportunity for Sundays.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, I'm really happy you said that. I just want to. So my sons, Dakota and Tabian, they're playing flag right now, and obviously the last coach was fired because he was just terrible. He can, good riddance, I say. But
yeah,
they've asked me to fill in, which is kind of an issue. We don't need to get into the details, but so we let him go. We let Roger go, and
basically Dylan's the coach now. Yeah. He's not really experienced.
Wait, why was Roger fired?
Well, Jake, he went 1-31 over 2 seasons.
2 seasons,
not acceptable.
Were you guys trying to win or tank?
Not acceptable at any
level. That's not acceptable.
You have to
One
be a
game
fool.
in 2 years.
A fool to keep a coach that went 1-31. I don't care what level you're talking about.
This is flag football, right?
Yes. You know what? We're learning from the old coach's mistakes. Dylan's hired me to be the defensive coordinator, so it's my job to yell at all the kids.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
I have a little incentive system, in quotes. Whenever they make a big hit, I give them a Charleston chew.
Yeah, incentive.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. It's kind of a little uncomfortable thinking about that.
Well,
it's like a real Charleston chew.
Yeah, the full ones.
Ooh.
Only when they deliver a big knockout blow, though.
So hang on, we're teaching. I'm just going to kind of reiterate
what
you're saying here to understand fully. you're yelling at them. That's the first thing.
You got to yell at them. You got to motivate. I call it motivating. Yeah, I call it motivating.
Okay, semantics. I'm with it.
Got to break them down to build them up, Jake.
Yep.
Break them down first. Okay, so break them down. Then they make a big hit, bone-crushing hit. I think I might have heard that. I could just be losing my mind. And then we give them a Charleston Chew. That's the incentive?
That's the reward for it. Yeah.
Of course.
You can't spell flag football without football, Jake.
Yeah.
You can't have football without a few bone-crunching hits.
We've had a general softening of America here, and I don't even agree with flag football as a concept.
Nope.
I think it undermines the purity of the game. I know you agree with me here, but Dakota's mom didn't want him playing real football, and I was not about to start that argument. You get me?
Yeah, you got to pick your battles. I think flag football is probably a safe bet, but I mean, if you want to teach if you're going for the bone crushing hits, that's not where we're going to find them.
Yeah. Well, Jake, look, we don't need you for the defense.
Yeah.
We just need you to come in.
Level with you.
We need you to be offensive coordinator and a quarterback coach. I think that's your wheelhouse.
You'd be a great addition to the staff.
Obviously, I would stay the head coach.
Yeah, he's the
obviously okay.
He's the one in the seat there. Okay?
Well, let me ask you this: the hot topic in this community. If
don't
I
even
do
talk about trying to rest players.
Say I come on. We're talking contract lingo here.
Okay, fine.
Do I have full autonomy of the offense, or are you going to go to the Monday press conference and have this discussion about butting in?
Well,
if things don't go
Jake,
right, I got a track record here.
We're going to cross that bridge when we get there, Jake. I think.
Listen, you got your first project now to turn our season around. You're a former quarterback. I think this is going to be perfect for you. Our quarterback, Tyson, you need to give him some pointers because he is just terrible.
Just god-awful.
And I'm almost starting to think that it was not Roger's fault. I mean, there just was no QB talent.
Has he been told? Has this quarterback been told he's not good?
I'm on the defense.
That's a really good.
So I'm kind of yelling at my kids.
We need you, Jake.
See, I'm kind of yelling at my kids, and I call him the terrible quarterback, but I'm not directing it at him. So,
but is it audible enough for him to hear? Like, you don't have to make eye contact. Is he hearing you?
I'm not connected to his earpiece, if that's what you're asking.
Who knows? I mean,
I don't know. It's a small field.
But this is the kind of expertise that we need on the other side of the ball. So,
good news for you, Jake. Since you've agreed to do it.
Yep. First game coming up.
First game, November 4th.
1 p.m.
Pump the brakes a little. But
1 p.m.
So you'll be there, and we're going to need you to actually on that day, we're going to need you to fill in as a head coach, which I know you've been vying for that job, and also cover defensive coordination as well.
We're going to call you the interim head coach.
Right. Just, I mean, for the 1 o'clock.
Just need
Sunday
to cover
game.
that one, the 4th.
So wait. So that's a Sunday 1 o'clock game there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to be headed up to the Browns-Chiefs game, so you're going to need to fill in.
Huh. I don't know. I kind of feel like I have something going on, like kind of at that time. I didn't agree to do. I want to get involved in the community. Everybody does.
I'm not calling you a liar to your face, Jake, because I would not do that to a guy of your stature. But I'm pretty sure you said you'd do it, and to go back on it now, it's just not someone befitting the waiting for next year title. You know.
And honestly, Jake, I'm just going to level with you. This is a terrible flag football league.
Yeah,
just pure garbage.
Yeah, Middleburg Heights Recreation Association, they are not good.
The Recreation Association, that's a lot. That's a mouthful.
It's a lot. Well, and they should have known there. So anyway, let's cut to the chase.
Since you won't be going to that Browns game on the 4th, why don't you we'll pick up the credential. When we hand off the playbook.
Yeah, we'll come to you, give you the playbook.
And we'll just slide on over to Berea for the the whole week. And then
can you also explain to us what you do? Like, how do you get, like, where the entrance is and stuff? Because we don't know any of that.
Yeah, did you have a parking pass? Or is that just...
I will say, if we're swapping sort of duties, they don't do 2-for-1s on the media pass, so you guys probably are going to have to pick which one of you gets that rock, paper, scissors
We bought a really big coat. A big coat. We're going to do the shoulders thing.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to say we're a former player.
Who's the squatter? Who's the on top?
Well,
guy?
me, of course.
Yeah, Dylan's. Because I'm the one who looks like you the most.
I clam up when I speak to people in person.
So yeah, I'm the face. I'm the face. And I do have stronger legs than Dylan, but it's just we tried it the other way once, and we got caught. I just get
into a stutter fit and start cold sweating.
We ended up having to buy 2 tickets to that movie. So
it was a movie. Okay.
It was.
There's a lot of light. There's a lot of light during 1:00 games.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to see A Star Is Born. We only had $14. We gave it a shot. We had spent most of the money on the coat, ironically.
I bet that was expensive. Yeah. So, I mean, I can probably make this happen. Whatever, if it's going to earn me some brownie points with the waiting for next year, group. I don't want to be attacked. That's the last thing. So
I'm not going to say anything about it too much. I know Scott's a big fan of ours. He tells us all the time.
I've heard.
I
don't talk to Scott directly ever.
I kind of heard through the grapevine though. I mean, he's a fan.
What I mean is he's never talked to me directly. I tweet at him constantly.
Yeah. Well, if it's all caps when you're tweeting at him, he might not respond. But
I mean, I like to show him shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
And, anything I think he might be interested in. Money. I know he likes that money.
He does like money, that's for sure. So I can do this, I can cover once. I will ask my deal breaking question is I better not be in charge of snacks. That's all taken care of?
Yeah, that's Tyson's mom. That's the reason he's still the quarterback, to be honest with you.
If I recall, Denise, Tyson's mom?
Yeah. She has a Costco membership, so she just brings a shit ton of granola bars. I'm not even gonna lie. I steal a couple of them, man.
Yeah, they better be Nature Valley. That's my last thing. That's all.
There's a combination of those, and I don't even know where she finds them. They're Kudos bars.
Kudos, okay.
They're starting to. I mean, they're a little crisp. They're not supposed to be, but I don't know where. Anyway, she brings a lot of them, so she's got snacks covered. So great.
All right, we'll be there. I'll get us a W.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake. And hey, thanks for breaking down some film for us.
I do what I can. Thanks, guys.
All right. Hey, Dylan, do you think you might want to
know your foe?
Pittsburgh Football. Pittsburgh is a smoky old town. We know that. We've done the roster already. Because of week 1, there's no more jokes to be had.
Just disgusting.
They're a terrible group of people. Fans, owner, coach, quarterback, everybody.
Top to bottom.
Yeah. Anyway, we all know that. But this week, we've already covered that. We already did that in week 1, and now we're going to focus on our second opponent, which is the officiating crew.
Clearly.
Assigned to us by the NFL, led by referee Carl Sheffers, who, you might know, is the actual Carl Jr. from Carl's Jr.
Oh. How about that?
So let's go through the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they only had the initials, so I think we got what they are.
Yeah, we had to connect some dots here, but I think you got them. So at umpire,
calling the balls and strikes.
Yep. In a crossover program with Major League Baseball, we have Barry Anderson. So that's a name you're going to want to look out for.
Look out for that. We got House DJ, Texas Senator Hugo Cruz.
At line job, we have Gary Arthur of Arthur Treachers Fish and Chips.
At front job, Land Clark, who invented landing airplanes. Before then, they just had to keep flying.
Coming in at side job, we have Eugene Hall, who invented the hallway. Before then, just had to connect a room directly to another room, Dave.
A lot of innovation on this refereeing crew.
Thank God.
Finally, the back job, Greg Meyer, who partnered with Oscar to make wieners.
So you may have remembered back in season 1 where we took some calls from some Cleveland Browns fans, and got some pretty interesting takes.
Now, this particular one was about uniforms. This one, we decided to open it up, and I'm going to admit it. This we're recording live now, shortly before the matchup, the second matchup with the Pittsburgh Football. We did record some phone calls after week 1, after the tie. And so we're going to play some of these now. We thought it would be great to save them for posterity, and we got some interesting callers.
Didn't we ever? In fact, let's just let them speak for themselves.
Yeah.
These Pittsburghonians.
Pittsburghans or something.
Whatever. Who cares?
All right, let's take the first call.
Hey, this DJ Trilla. Big Ben is way better than that trash can emoji performance.
Hey, this is Wilson Gabriel Collier. Just a little rusty, plus the storm out in Cleveland.
Hello, this is Ron00412, definitely not a bot, from Mount Lebanon. Y'all need to chill. Don't you realize the weather was bad? When did Ben play that bad? I believe back when he wrecked his motorcycle. Relax. It's game 1. We're going to get on track and pull off some amazing wins this year.
Hey, this is Fitness Jay from Bethel Park. Either way, Steelers has more rings than entire NFL.
Hello, this is Connor Landata from Sewickley. I am extremely disappointed with that score.
This is Hanky Chris from Squirrel Hill. Won't win another playoff game with Tomlin coaching. You hear that music, Dylan?
I surely do.
That means it is time for the Baker Mayfield Baker's Dozen. Let me explain this segment to everybody.
Yep,
in case this is your first time.
It needs a rider.
Baker's Dozen. That time that you go get a dozen donuts, the baker is feeling extra generous, gives you an extra one. That's 13 donuts for you. So we are doing Baker's top 6 answers to a specific question because Baker Mayfield's number is 6.
Now,
Keep
have
in
you
mind,
all read and accepted those terms of use?
Also, remember, these are sent to us by Baker Mayfield.
Directly from the Bake himself.
Don't ask us how we do it. We can't tell you that. Doesn't involve Jake Burns this time.
Just don't worry about it, okay?
Just
chill
why
out.
do you have to be so on
Just
top
on
of
my
everything?
back
Just
all the
enjoy something.
Sit down.
Just relax.
Why are you yelling at me?
You're listening to a podcast. Just chill the F out for a minute. Top 6 places it is legal to hit a quarterback. Number 6, the arm.
Number 5, the foot.
Number 4, in similar fashion, the leg.
Number 3, a very common one, the chest.
Now, I do want to put a little asterisk on the chest. You're not allowed to use your full weight, but you're still allowed to hit him in the chest.
Very true.
Number 2, popular one that Myles Garrett likes to do, the side.
And the number 1 place it is legal to hit a quarterback in the NFL, the back.
All right, Dylan. It is, I don't even know what week it is.
Crunch time.
Pittsburgh Football Week, Part 2, Point 1. Pittsburgh Football. Browns have a different quarterback, different wide receiver, different running back, different offensive line, I think. Maybe not. In Pittsburgh, on that crappy field that they played 2,800 high school games on, it's going to be a mud bowl. What is your prediction? And I must say, credit where credit is due. We used to predict the same score every game, Dylan did, and then I would pick a wacky prediction. Dylan this year has declared a lot of these games too close to call. And if you will note, the Browns' overtime record, And the fact that they have been in more overtime games this year than any other team in the NFL, I'm pretty sure that's true. Dylan's right on with his predictions.
I'm 6-1.
These games are too close to call, other than the Chargers game, which was not too close to call. So let's give props to Dylan.
Thank you. I will receive them in the mail.
So let's have your prediction for this week.
Well, this week, guys, putting my magic magnifying mind on this footballing equation, I'm able to extrapolate some figures. And those figures, when I look at them, tell me a story. And that story, my friends, includes 4 quarters and potentially a 5th.
Potentially a 5th truncated quarter.
Now, what I see coming out of Sunday is a Browns victory. A Browns victory, but it's too close to call how much by.
All right, I appreciate that. The Browns really got us good at the weird score combinations by starting the game with a safety. So the Browns were in a game that was 3-2 for a while this past Sunday. So I'm going to take that factor into place.
Please do.
I'm also going to take into the fact that Myles Garrett is going to sack Big Ben 3 or 4 more times.
Smart.
Big Ben might be broken in half. We might be seeing that Landry guy. And,
Nice.
hey, Antonio Brown, there's this kid I want you to meet. His name is Denzel Ward. He comes from Ohio State University. You are not going to be catching a lot of passes, and if you do, he's going to make you regret catching those passes because he's going to say some things to you on the field.
Hurtful things.
And he's not trying to be hurtful. He's just being honest with you. So just keep that in mind.
Look at yourself once in a while.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to snap out of this offensive slump. They're going to play 4 quarters, possibly 5 of good football. They're going to take this one 28-17. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. I'd like to give big thanks to the real Jake Burns, the real Devon Cajuste, for helping us out. We always appreciate it. You want to follow us on Twitter at Friday Fumble. We are going to put a Browns head coaching search series of polls up there. We'll pick a new head coach. And if you want to follow me personally, you can follow me at Demoko.
And me at Dylan B. Price.
And as always, read everything that people write on Waiting for Next Year because people are good at writing there.
Very good.
So anyway, it's late. In conclusion, my name is Dave.
And I'm Dylan.
And this has been your Browns Friday Fumble.